Hello guys, the coin here. Today I'll bring you some more news in regards of Bitcoin. So um, there was a vote in Bitindia.co or Bitindia, which is an Indian cryptocurrency which has not launched yet. They were picking their first 5 tokens to be listed. There's still no ATA. It looked like it may be maybe this February or maybe middle or end of March. We still don't know when the exchange will be online, but yeah, they will be listing the five first tokens. So Onion will be in there, Deep Onion, Xin, BCN, Verge, XP, and Lisk will be will be listed on Bitindia. The voting was about 5 coins, but I guess they added a sixth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was supposed to be 5, but they listed 6. So that's the end result of the voting that was actually going on Bitindia. Like we can see in here, this is actually the exchange itself, but it's like I said, it's not launched yet. They still have some work to do. Tried to find some information on their Twitter account, but there as well I can't actually find any information. I think they don't have a fixed ETA yet. So following tokens coins I've shortlisted. So there was actually a official announcement. I just found that on the Verge announcement Telegram page, but I'm seeing that the news has already gotten out 3 hours ago, so that's also always great news. I always like to retweet news about Verge. So once again, tokens coin listing voting results. So the next few hours, that was 7 hours ago. So that was their first announcement. Here we can actually see the results. Deep Onion was at first place with 3,122 votes. Infinity Coins Xin 2009-17, Bitcoin BCN 2009-10, Verge XVG 1888, Lisk 1876, so that was tight. Like we can see here, Elf was disqualified because there were some voting bots around there. So they had really a lot of votes. Like we can see on the first round was completely rigged. I still believe there was some rigging in round 2 because it's like I said, if Verge currency has around 250k supporters, it's still a little bit odd to me that we only got these votes. 257k. So we only got 1,888. Although I have maybe 10% of the explanation in there. I think that a lot of IPs that voted on the first round were blacklisted on the second round from the bots itself, and I guess genuine voters actually were penalized because of it, and that's the only reason I can find that Verge has only 1,888 votes. We're talking about a span of 4 days, so but whatever. I think they should have done a Twitter poll instead of this, because at least in Twitter you can buy votes, you can buy the followers, but in here, with the mail bots that are a big deal. Just take a look at these first rounds. These numbers are actually ridiculous, and even there, 41k. So take a look at Sin, which had 60,000, Deepon and 73,000. I still don't believe they had that many supporters. Xin, supposed to be a new coin from Asia. Their Twitter community is not big, same as Deep Onion, although Infinity Economics is even newer. BCN, I don't know, it is a quite popular coin and also a privacy coin, but from what I've seen in Twitter, the following doesn't look to be there. Although at FatBTC they really they really retweeted a lot, so these numbers can be deceiving as well. But it's like I said, Bitcoin seems to be, besides of Verge, a big community around here. Lisk, they have also followings. I'm not going to deny it. We can just check here on Verge on the Twitter. Let's check out Lisk. So Lisk has 178k followers. Bitcoin. I'm not saying, I'm just, these numbers don't mean anything, but although they don't mean anything, well, when you have above 100k followers, then yeah, it actually supposed to be a big thing. Let's take a look at the followers here in regards of Bitcoin. They seem to be very active. That might be the difference between Bitcoin and Verge in that regards, is that yeah, they seem to be very 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 participant in everything that BCN does. Although it's like I say, in regards of Verge currency, we have big followers as well. Yeah, just checking the retweets, because the retweets, the likes, they don't mean anything, because a lot of people like something and they don't share. So the likes are important, but the retweets and comments are actually more prevalent. So like we can see here, we have some big retweets, not the biggest, in comparison of the followers that we're supposed to have, 257k. So yeah, I guess we have a lot of the virgins, but they're not the most active community. They used to be, but it's like I said, the FUD and many lies that were spread about Verge, and mostly the FUD. People, instead of rationalizing and picking up their mind and making their own research, they stick to other people's bullshit, and that's the problem, because I think that people have unlearned not to think for themselves, and that's a big problem in the crypto community, because this FUD problem is, it's not only related to Verge, it's transversal to every coin. Take a look at Bitcoin. I see a lot of YouTube supporters. That was actually what surprised me the most. Big Bitcoin supporters, whining and saying that Bitcoin is dead. I don't get it, man. Why the hell do you look at the charts every time? I look at the charts every time, but at least I can take it. I know that for the down that we have, we're starting to have some movement up. Now more in Bitcoin, because the other coins in Verge as well. And it's like I said, there's been a lot of positive news in regards to Verge, but that doesn't mean anything. Take a look. Like this Bitindia, which has only gotten out about 3 hours ago. We had big rally. We have some kind of a correction, maybe a three wave pattern. One, how does it count? 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, and maybe 3. That might be the case, but it's like I said, in TA, nothing is for certain. There are patterns, there are 5 waves or 3 waves. So the bottom line is, we have to see if this downtrend is only temporarily, and if it continues to rally, because it's not only a Verge problem. It's like I said, Bitcoin is rallying. Bitcoin is rallying a lot. It's almost at 12k, which is actually quite positive, because yeah, I actually thought that that altcoins would recover first, and Bitcoin would be lagging a little bit, but that's not the case. Bitcoin is going higher, and I guess the players are already starting to get in the game, so they sell all their alts in speculation of BTC of going higher. Of course, I'm a hodler. I don't advise you to do that. if you're making money, if you're making profits, props to you, man. But if you're flipping and if you're not in profit, then stay away from it, man. Stick to the plan, because sooner or later the reward is coming. Bitcoin is rallying right now. Altcoins are going down a little bit, because big money is starting to get in again, Bitcoin. But yeah, it will come a time again of all the altcoins. It's just a question of how and when. When people start to take the profits from Bitcoin, then we will see altcoins rallying again. So it's symbiosis. But Bitcoin had big correction. We still have to talk about the big deep. The big deep was which was 6K, man. 6K. We already recovered 100%. So might be a lot of FOMO now coming in. So people are starting to invest again. The fear is out of the market. People are more confident in investing because there were a lot of losers, and the problem with the losers is that they sold. If they hodled, if they stopped panicking and rationalizing a little bit, they would not sell. They would not be in profit yet, especially if they got in at 20K or around 20K. But yeah, I guess people still have to learn, still have to have a big psychology in regards of that. It's like I said, I've been in the space for a while. I already passed that phase as well when I was in the beginning. Now I'm more patient, and I have to be patient because it's like I said, blockchain altcoins are not going away, guys. It doesn't matter what governments or what certain people in high positions have, like banksters, they have to say about Bitcoin. They don't. Well, now they start to understand the technology, but they still don't get the full potential of blockchain. And I'm not only talking about transactions, without no middleman. I'm talking about the technology, man. The technology is what it's all about, and better things are coming. Verge is on top of the technology out there. We still have to implement the RSKs, which are the smart contracts, which Sunrock actually talked about in the video that was released today. So we have to be patient, man. And it's like I said, why I talked so much about Verge currency is because the technology is there, the transactions, the private ledgers, and the and the public ledger is working. It's not that simple yet. Sunrock actually wants to work on the interface to be more friendly, user friendly, for the people that are not that used to Bitcoin. And yeah, it's just a question of developing, guys. The technology is out there; they're doing the thing. Verge coin for me is, in regards of privacy, is the best coin out there, hands down. No chance. The competition, at least for now, they have absolutely no chance whatsoever in regards of technology. And Vergecoin is top notch, guys. That's my opinion. I made my research. I've been making my research in Verge currency since its inception, guys. Since 2014, I was one of the first guys that bought into Doggy Dark, and then went into now Discord, but by then it was an IRC channel, which Sunrock talked about his vision, and I got hooked from there. And the bottom line is, take a look at it. I got into it in 2014. We're we're 4 years later, guys, and things got done. And it's not a big corporation. It's just a guy with a vision and with a community support. Things haven't been perfect, like marketing things, and people that want to create the FUD is also always around the same issue. But they never talk about the results, and the results are here, guys. You just have to open your eyes that they have, in regards of technology, I'm not going to say the best overall, but in regards of privacy, yes, without no doubt, because I haven't researched all the coins that are in the market. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get myself crazy about researching all the coins. The bottom line is you have to know some of them. You don't have to understand them all. If you're a speculator like I am a little bit, I like to get in the lows and then I'll buy them for a quick flip, or I don't know, perhaps holding them a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and especially with what happened to Bitcoin and other altcoins, I'm waiting for the ups again so I can start to make a little bit of profit again. I didn't hold most of my positions. I have been buying a little bit here, a little bit there, but the positions that I have in regards of the coins that I want to hold long term, and even the ones short term, I haven't sold anything yet. I'm waiting for the bounce. And when the bounce comes in, I will sell my short term positions when I'm gaining, and my long term positions I will continue to hold. And that's just the way you have to play the game. If you want to keep up with it, because everybody wants to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire as well, but I want to have more coins. I want more coins. That's my objective is having more coins, and if I have more coins, I don't have the million right now, but it gets a lot closer if you hold more coins. I like Virgin. I like a lot of other coins like RDD. I like the D Notes project, which they are still working on, and I believe that this coin will be a big profit maker, especially talking about a coin that is around 130 million coins circulating supply, and it's been trading around 270 satoshis. It's basically a steal. I've been very active about it on my Twitter. I talk a lot about of the coins that I own and the project that I believe. It's just a question for you to make the research and decide for yourselves and research the best you can do. I find my projects, you will find yours. It might not differ from my choices. Some will or most of you will differ a lot because it's like I said, there's a lot of fish in the sea, and there are some great projects around. But for me personally, where I invest my long term investments is privacy coins, because yeah, privacy is really something that I still believe it's a little bit still underrated, because people don't talk a lot. They know what privacy is, but they don't know the usage. Well, the usage is like I said, when governments maybe they will try to control Bitcoin and the users and the transactions, and Verge is one of the solutions that is out there. There's Monero, there is Pivx, there's some other coins which I can't remember. Oh yes, we have Electroneum as well. I'm invested in Electroneum. I have SafeX. I invested in SafeX as well. So the only reason for me right now, at least right now, I haven't invested in Monero is because of the price. I rather buy a lot of quantities of cheap coins like Verge, SafeX, Electroneum. Still, they actually still are quite cheap. And yeah, I'm expecting for the big markets, to come up, because um, the bottom line is Verge currency is getting a lot of merchants out there because it has the public ledger, which is important. The black market, well, the black market, they always have. I'm not incentivizing it, guys. I'm just seeing the reality of things. Black market, they only have to do these stealth transactions, and nobody knows about it. That's just the way it is. Monero doesn't have a public ledger; it's all private. So um, they could have, or they will perhaps have the biggest part of the black market, but the market of regularization, they will not get it, because no store or no merchant that has a store that has a business, they will never accept Monero because of obvious reasons, because every transaction is a stealth transaction, and well, these companies, they have to present numbers, and that's the advantage that Verge has in regards of Monero. And I'm not going to talk about any others, because it's like I said, Monero is completely private. Verge currency has two sides of it. It's by choice. If you decide to make a public one, you do a public one. If not, you can do a stealth transaction. And that's where I stand, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys. I know that most of you don't understand, or I don't know. I don't understand the FUD. Just do your research, guys. It's not that hard. Don't be expecting for anyone to tell you the answers, man. You have to look for the answers yourself. The information is out there. We have Twitter in here. We have the Discord channels. We have YouTube. We have Telegram. We have Slack. We have so many information platforms. Now we have DTube. Um, Steam it competitor to YouTube, and I believe that more will emerge, and that it's important. That's good, because unfortunately YouTube is there is a lot of censoring on YouTube. I'm not saying that the same thing doesn't happen in DTube because of the up or down votes, and a lot of people with Steam power, they can kill you. They can kill you from making money, Steam dollars, whatever it's called, and if they have a lot of power, they can kill you as well. That's not the perfect solution as well yet, because we have to have freedom of speech. Because if we have freedom of speech, the information is transparent, and I want transparency. I want to know what's going on, and so should everybody else. Because if you know what's going on, if anybody tries to centralize Bitcoin a lot, everybody will know about that. And if everybody is informed about it, good information. I'm not talking about the lies and the shit that is going on. I'm talking about making your own research and making up your mind. If we all figure out the same things together, Bitcoin is history. We just go to Litecoin or Verge or Monero or whatever, a coin that is truly decentralized, because decentralization is the key in this, guys. I do understand that has to be a little bit of centralization in regards of the businesses, in regards of the merchants. They have to show their numbers, to the IRS and to other entities. I do understand that there has to be some kind of regulation in that regard. But controlling the supplies, nah, that's not what decentralization is all about. And the bottom line is, we all have the power. I have the ability to buy Verge and any other coins that I want, and that is the wonderful thing that we have in Verge in cryptocurrency. Because you don't have to be a goddamn millionaire to buy a goddamn stock. $10 is enough. $20 is enough. $50 is enough. At least you can buy something. You can buy some coins, something that may be worth. Although I understand there are about 300 coins out there. I know that the majority of them won't make it, because if there is no usage, there will be only the speculation side. And as long as the fresh money continues to get in, these coins will continue to go into valuations and devaluations as well. But when everybody starts to understand what it's all about, then only the great projects will be on afloat. Although I believe we still have a lot of some years ahead, because it's like I said, man, we're talking about 1% of the world population, maximum 1.5% into cryptos. When we get to 50%, well, it's like I said, I can't even imagine what half of the population into cryptos would mean for cryptocurrency in general. I don't know what the price would be in Bitcoin. Could it be a million, 10 million, 100 million? Who the hell knows? I don't know. But that's the kind of scenario that I'm seeing, and if Bitcoin gets to these highs, imagine just all the other coins you get, If we get just 50% of the population, now we're still only talking about perhaps 1 to 1.5%, guys. 3% is already 100% increase, What do you think what will happen to the market cap with the cryptocurrency market cap? I guess we're talking about what is it? We're talking about today at 511 billion coins. It would put the price at 1.5 or 1.25 trillion dollars, guys. What does that mean in the price of Bitcoin? What does that mean for the price of Ethereum? What does it mean for price like Litecoin, price like Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Verge, Electronium, SafeX. You understand, and many people don't understand why I talk about big numbers because of the gains that we had last year. And people want to tell me that common sense, but the gains that every cryptocurrency had last year before of the lows that we had in Bitcoin. What common sense was there? Especially in the end of the year, there was no common sense. So if people actually believe that there will be some common sense this year as well, well, they're widely mistaken. And the estimations for a couple of percentage of gains, that's not realistic, at least compared to what happened last year, because if we had 80 to 100x valuations in some coins like Verge and Ethereum and Ripple or whatsoever, it's like I said, if we grow 100%, if we get to 2 or to 2.5 or 3% of the population getting into Bitcoin, well, it's like I said, I can't even figure out the number because these 80x or 100x, they might be conservative. The numbers from last year, that's that's what I discussed a lot on my Twitter account. And the bottom line is, I'm basing myself off the growth of last year. I can't make predictions of the future without no data. And the only data that I can find and actually take some conclusions, because I'm speculating as well, but at least I'm taking a look at the data. Of course, these numbers may not be reached, and that is a possibility as well. Bitcoin will not go higher than 20K this year. Well, that might be enough for the markets not to go up exponentially like they did last year. I don't believe it, because it's like I said, it's a snowball. Everybody, most of the guys that got in January or before that, most of them got burned. That's a reality, But they will want to get in the market again. They will FOMO again when they realize that they're missing out. And unfortunately for them, if if they're getting on the highs, well, it's their own fault, But people have to make the research and know what blockchain is, because it's not only about transactions, which was the Bitcoin deal. That's what attracted me into Bitcoin, was the transactions. We don't need any banks. We can make the transactions peer-to-peer, person-to-person. That is still valid today, but the technology has evolved so much. An economy is based on the blockchain. The mining industry is gotten so big, and I believe it will continue to grow. Without no doubt. Most of the people are mining Bitcoin. Of course, a lot more people will start to mine Ethereum, especially in these countries where electricity is cheap. In Portugal, which is my case, unless I have free electricity, is not going to happen, because it's the third or the fourth biggest electrical bill worldwide. I'm not kidding. For a country that only has 10 million people of population, around that. So it really makes no sense whatsoever. But unfortunately, that's how it is. That's how this country is ruled, and with the central bank making the rules and making the laws. That's what we have. And unfortunately, as long as things continue to go down this road, our electrical bills will not decrease. They will continue to increase. There is a big deficit in our energy costs, which they have been paid by the government, but they already told us that they still they didn't tell us when, but instead of paying about 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 euros, we might be starting to pay. I don't know when it happens, but they already talked about it a lot. Instead of these 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, we'll have to pay 100, 200, 300, 400. So it's like I said, our traditional economy is doomed. We're not going anywhere with centralization, and blockchain is the future. That's what I believe. I don't believe that our economy can continue like this. You know, as people get more aware of Bitcoin and blockchain, they when you start to understand, when you start to research, then you start to understand that it's the future, man. You can't prevent the future. The future is now, and it will be bigger, guys. And yeah, a lot of people will miss the boat. You know, almost the early adopters. If you get in now, you're still an early adopter, and Bitcoin is already almost 9 years old, and you're still an early adopter, guys. If you want to get into other altcoins, you're an early adopter as well, guys. You just have to be patient. Don't put your savings into Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. Start small, man. Start small. Start with 20, 50, 100, and then you see, and then you'll figure it out. But don't put a fortune into it, because if we have another crash like we had, with Bitcoin, which will eventually happen as well, or some people say crash, it's a correction. Because Bitcoin has been going up for since its inception, and a correction like this hadn't happened for a while, so it was due. 50% or 55%, I guess, correction was actually quite good. And, well, if you think about it, we almost reached 20k, so we got to 6k, so we had a devaluation of around 70% from the top to the low. It was around 70%, guys. It's a lot of things, but it's already starting to rebound, man. And this rebound, we will continue to go up a little bit slowly. Then we might have some lows in some month ahead. That's what happens. January, June, or July is when Bitcoin and altcoins rally again, and then we had another dip. Then in September, coins, the markets will rally again. Then October will not be a very good month as well, because we get the lows. And then as we approach November and December with Christmas and the New Year's, then everything will go crazy again. That's what my estimation is, because everybody knows that in Christmas and New Year's, people have a little bit more money in their pockets, or are willing to spend more money, and that's what happened the last year, and this year for sure will be no different. That's my opinion, guys. I once again I talked a bit too much. I'm already at 32 minutes, but it's like I said, guys. Make your research, man. Don't rely on my opinion, because it's my opinion. It's an educated opinion, I believe, but it's my opinion. Form your own opinion, man. Listen to all, follow none. That's what you have to do. Listen to everybody. Everybody talks. Listen to them, and then pick up your mind. That's what you have to do. I follow Verge. I'm a follower. Well, the bottom line is, like I said, I made my research. It's not a question of following. I believe in it. I believe in technology. I believe in the message. I believe in privacy. And that's what it's all about. If you don't believe in these things, then you do not want to be a free person. I want to be a free person. I want to do whatever I want without somebody monitoring me 24/7. What I surf on the internet, what I do. I don't want that, guys. I want to be able to be free without nobody spying on us. And unfortunately, technology and the internet brought many great things, but if you believe that you're private, oh no, guys. Everybody's selling your information, your social media thing. Everybody's selling. Every big company is selling your your social media worth back and forwards. That's what's going on. They're making money out of us, and they're spying on us. They're spying our shopping habits, everything, and that's what is bad, because the problem is, like the Snowden case. If they want, they can get to a computer. They switch on the microphone, switch on the camera, and they're spying on us without me even noticing it. And that's not acceptable. I don't believe that should be acceptable, because they want us to make us choose. If we want safety, we have to give up our privacy. We have to give up our rights. Why can't we have both? Why not? Well, 35 minutes, guys. It's what I have to say for now. So if you like my video or my videos, just like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up in regards of the Steemit videos and YouTube. Um, Upvote my videos, guys. It helps me a lot. And the bottom line is, believe me, guys, I've been here for a while, and I want to, for you, especially newcomers, to avoid the mistakes that I made, because I've been in the space for a while and I made every mistake in the book. Every mistake in a book, everything that has to happen in a guide dealing with the cryptocurrency, it happened to me. So of course you have to be on your journey as well. Protect yourself, guys, in regards of the wallets. uh, that's what I have to say, man. Protect yourselves, because it's like I said, exchanges are here and they can be hacked, and they will be hacked, and they were hacked. That will not stop. Centralized, like Bittrex, it can happen. It hasn't happened yet. Binance, the big ones. Every single exchange out there can be hacked, guys, and you have to be aware of that. That's why you have to protect yourselves. Send your coins to your wallets, or send them something somewhere safe. Like there's some new wallets coming out there that are hardware wallets, which are actually quite good. You know, store them where nobody can reach them. Because it's much easier for every single one of us getting hacked into an exchange, into our computers. It can be done, and it is done a lot of times. But when you switch off your computer, your IP is gone. So you know what I say. Protect yourself, guys, and like my videos, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment. Thank you, guys. We'll talk soon again.